All right, we're gonna watch some shorts real quick.
In for 24 hours to watch the marathon? Wait, what?
I saw a video of a woman who was running in a marathon, and when she looks over, she notices a friend of hers flew in from London to watch her finish. The friend flew in for like 24 hours. And she's like, she sees the friend and she immediately starts bawling. She's like crying and running, and you can tell she's like overjoyed that her friend would do such a thing. I think sometimes when men are questioning why women are choosing to be single.
Hey, stop there. Stop there. What did men do again?
Wait a minute. This is about her friend flying in to see her run a race. But what does this have to do with men? What? I don't understand that at all. That makes no sense to me. I don't get that.
How are we involved in people running and a friend going?
How are men even involved in this situation?
To support a
Capitalism is bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, really easy for someone to say that grew up in a really nice house in one of the best school districts in Texas.
I know, but it's
who has the rent paid for, that is able to go to Europe and on a whim with their sister, who's able to do girl math, who's able to be fun employed. Yeah, it's easy to say that the system's bad when you're doing that because you've never had to work for it. You never got to actually see what happens when you put in the work and get.
I don't know what the context is here, but that's true. Like, it's so easy to. This is my problem with Hassan and his audience, and really kind of his messaging, is that it's easy to shit on capitalism when you don't really have to participate in it. Like he'll never feel the effects of how dangerous capitalism can be for the regular person, because Hassan is a multimillionaire and he grew up in a wealthy family, a wealthy connected family, ultimate privilege. So it's really easy to shit on capitalism, do girl math when you have a nice home you grew up in, great school district, you're able to travel and go on a whim to do whatever you want, and have a job that pays highly for just basically sitting there and giving your lackluster opinions. That's not like you. It's easy to hate on capitalism when you're not on the receiving end of how bad it can be. That's all I'm saying.
Benefits and actually have a little bit of responsibility and actually build something or do anything. You've grew up in privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege. It's only the people who speak like you that grew up in a world where you've never had to do a single thing in your life.
I think it's fair.
When I met Denzel, everyone's like, he's 70.
Can you buy the red ball from Target? So Target is known for having these 700-pound red concrete bollards outside of their stores, and so I went inside inquiring about purchasing one and was referred by management to this website where you're actually able to customize the concrete balls to look like targets. And so I talked to them, and they were so kind to actually give me a discount on a 24-inch concrete bollard that looks exactly like Target's. However, I was still on the hook for over $1,000 for this one single concrete red ball, but I figured I was in too deep at this point, and so I just went ahead and purchased it, set to arrive in just a few weeks. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, the red ball actually arrived, and it was massive, arriving on a pallet, and no single person could lift this. I mean, it was literally 600-700 pounds. So I actually had to call multiple men to come help me haul this thing inside, and after using all available manpower, we finally got it inside.
What do you do with that? Like, what do you do with it?
And place it on the ground. And I was sure this thing would go directly through the floor because of its weight, but luckily enough it held up, and now effectively will forever be here because, well, it's literally too heavy to move. But it adds some nice color to the background.
What do you do? Like, wow. Wow. I mean, hey, man, if you got the kind of money to do it, he honestly, he could probably write that off. Since he's a pretty big creator, he could probably write that off. But still, what do you do with that thing, dude?
You ever see the video of him taking power? He has all of the Senate, and he's like, here are the traitors.
His name is Saddam Hussein. He's only been president for a little under a week, but Iraq is his, and he wants everyone to know. A terrible plot against the president and against Iraq has been uncovered, he informed the crowd. A group of high-ranking party members has conspired to remove Saddam Hussein from power. And then he revealed, all the guilty parties are in this room.
Then he made the other guys execute those dudes.
I was the one behind the plot against the new president, the man says. It was me who tried getting others to join in. But it's a lie. Nothing of what he admits on stage is true. What's really happened is that he's been thoroughly tortured. What means should be used against these traitors? You know the answer, he says after a pause. There is no other way than the sword. So he begins reading out names.
This is who Trump thinks he is, by the way. You want to know a really scary dictator? Just look up Saddam. This is who Trump thinks he is. This would be diabolical if it happened in our country. And I'm telling you right now, MAGA would be all over it. They'd love it. They'd support it. They'd be like, fuck yeah, Trump, get those traitors. They're probably liberals in disguise. They're sleeper cells. I'm telling you, if Trump pulled a Saddam style, like, exposing of traitors, people he just wants gone, MAGAs would be like foaming at the mouth, celebrating it. They'd be worshiping Trump even more. They would love this. If he did this like Hillary or AOC or Bernie Sanders and some shit like that, or Obama, oh my God, they trip over themselves. It'd be pure ecstasy if Trump pulled this off. Horrible. Again, this is who Trump thinks he is.
One by one, they must rise from their seats, say the slogan.
I think the greatest example of the willingness of the left to create permission structures for violence is the total insanity of what the New York Times did over the weekend. The New York Times is a pile of steaming hot trash.
Bro, the more you love Israel, the more mad you get at like legacy publishers allowing me to speak.
What a terrible, terrible publication. The same publication that ousted Barry Weiss for the great crime of having approved an op-ed by Tom Cotton saying that maybe we should use the National Guard against riots, published an op-ed by Hassan Piker, the Twitch gaming streamer, who has not only...
I don't know what to do here when I dislike both of these people. I'm not a fan of Barry Weiss, by the way. I don't think she should be in charge of, was it like CBS now? Like the entire editorial division of CBS? I don't think that's right. She's an opinion columnist, okay? She's not a real journalist. But that aside, I was like, what do you do when you have two people you don't like? I don't think the New York Times should be allowing Hassan to be publishing any articles in their space. I think they should be. I don't know why. It's just he's powerful and he has a lot of influence, and that's why. I just think we get weird when notable agencies, journalists, media companies start appointing Twitch streamers who are very well known to be propagandists. Like Hassan has Houthi terrorists on the stream. He'll play their propaganda videos. He'll say America deserved 9/11. I'm shocked the New York Times would allow him to be anywhere near their publication. I think you lose credibility when you start giving credence to people like him, who will deny that rapes occurred on October 7th, or say that it doesn't change the dynamic, or say that America deserved 9/11, or say that, Dan Crenshaw got his eye hole fucked. Like, I'm telling you right now, when you start giving page space to a guy like him, you erode at your own reputation. I wish I were in charge of one of these media empires, because I would clean house. I would never ever allow a Twitch streamer with such radical views like this to write a publication in my paper or in my in my media organization. I would never allow Hassan to have a voice there. We might interview him, fair, but to write his own article, I don't know. When you say America deserved 9/11, you lose all credibility.
Wait,
Did you see that video? No, it's bananas.
You've been so unashamedly proud of being a racist today, proud of using the N-word whenever you feel like it. You've had a bit of time to think about this. Is that how you want people to leave this panel debate, with thinking of you as a disgusting racist?
I don't really care what people think about me as long.
Is Piers mad at her? Because typically Piers will platform like pretty radical far right people, but maybe he has his line. I mean, he should have his line. Was a respected journalist, so he should not be throwing his hat in the ring with a person like her, who, by the way, I know who she is. She has absolutely no real fame anymore. I'm pretty sure she disappeared. She had a couple of months where she was really popular on Twitter, and boom, I don't ever hear from her again.
As long as you care about what people think about you, you have no power and you lose your country. What I care about is freedom of speech. And if you're not allowed to say the most offensive things in this country, you do not have freedom of speech.
No, you are allowed to, 100%. By the way, you're allowed to say these things. It's just freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. It means that the government can't come after you, or any government entity can come after you, right? But it does mean that if you say the N-word, for example, you can get fired potentially, right? And, like, most employers are at will, right? That's how most employment is structured in this country. So you could get fired. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. So let's be clear. I'm a free speech. I agree. You should be able to say whatever you want without fear of persecution or jail or punishment from the government. But as far as like an employer is concerned, they don't have to employ you anymore. They can fire you. Free speech, again, does not mean freedom. It's I swear, people on the far right, they don't understand the things that they believe in. They don't get them. She doesn't get what free speech actually means. And she's just one example of a laundry list of people that don't get it. They just don't understand, and they don't want to.
I don't care what anybody says. And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time, and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this.
I mean, there is some truth to that. Black people have a little more latitude to be racially insensitive to white people. There really isn't a lot of backlash that they receive. I don't think we should be racially insensitive to anyone, regardless of who you are. I think we should just treat each other with basic respect and not be petty like that. But she's not wrong that black people are given a little more latitude to do that, right? You don't hear black people getting fired or canceled for perpetuating stereotypes about white people. I think it's wrong. I think racial insensitivity is wrong on every spectrum, but it doesn't mean that if they're able to do it, then we should be able to do it too. I just don't think anyone should do it. Period. But again, you do live in a country where you can do that, and you won't get put in jail or attacked by the government. You might get fired, but you are free to say whatever you want with very little consequence, as long as it's not like saying fire in a crowded movie theater. But you can say pretty much anything you want without getting jailed for it. Like government interference and persecution. That's a freedom that she has. Okay?
I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly, and you will. Well,
go on then, say it. Say the N word. Go on.
No.
Don't
invite. No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a race.
No. He's really mad. Let her say it. Let her say it on TV. Let her say it. What Piers wants to do is Piers wants to publicly embarrass her because she's embarrassing. He wants her to do it. He wants her to fully mask off, embarrass herself publicly on TV, and I think they should mute this guy right here and let her do it. Let her do it. If she's so confident in her desire for true, unabashed freedom and free speech, which by the way she already has. You just can't freedom of speech again means the government won't come after you, okay? She already has that inherent freedom that she's desperately trying to get. She already has it. But let her do it. Let her do it. Let her say it.
Racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only one here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for race.
No. Let her do it. You should want her to do that. You know why? Because it will embarrass her. It will make her less credible, right? Let her. If she's offering to essentially put her credibility on the line and say a really offensive thing on national television, let her do it. Everyone will laugh at her. Everyone will laugh at her. I would argue even conservative news outlets like Fox News would be like, why would she do this? Why would she embarrass herself on TV? Wow, it just seems kind of like not something we believe in. Meanwhile, they're like definitely offensive and they love poking fun at liberals and perpetuating racial stereotypes. But even Fox News, I think, would condemn her. Let her embarrass herself. Let her do it. We need these people to be masked off fully so we can all laugh at them.
Ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. Did
you see that video? No, it's bananas.
You've been so unashamedly.
DEI never made sense to me. What's your working definition of DEI? When I think of DEI, I think of just hiring certain ethnicities to fill the job position.
That's not what that is, by the way. DEI or affirmative action specifically means that you will give a pool of candidates who are non-white a chance to interview for the job, and the implication is that they already have the qualifications. Okay, DEI is not like hiring a black pilot and the person doesn't have their pilot's license or relevant training. The implication is they already have the training and the licensure, right? It's just giving them the ability to interview. Not like it's forcing a company to hire or to at least look at a pool of candidates outside of just white people. That's all DEI is. But my guess is this person has no idea what they're talking about.
Here's the question. If there's a talent pool of a bunch of very highly specialized people, and you have two people, they both have the exact same qualifications. So they both had a 4.0 GPA in high school. They both have the exact same college degree. They even went to the same college, but one of them grew up in a worse family. Like they had a worse family life. They were able to accelerate their career much faster and get to the same position as the other person who had a great, really wealthy life. Do you think it's okay to hire the person who had a worse off?
I don't think this is a good enough argument. I don't think this is not a good argument. He had me for a bit when he was talking about like the assumption is they already have the same qualifications, same grade point average, whatever. I don't care about what your family life is. I don't care about where you came from. All I want is that if you have the same qualifications, that we look at both people. We look at the white person, we look at the black person. I don't care about where you came from. You don't get extra points for overcoming adversity, okay? As far as hiring is concerned, if you have the skills, we should look at all potential candidates, not just white ones. That's what matters to me. That's what's relevant, and I think that's why liberals lose this conversation a lot of the time, because they focus too much on like this weird, like, well, they overcame. I don't care about what they overcame. Do they have the same qualifications? Yes. Okay. Then they should also be looked at in the hiring process. Doesn't matter where they came from. Just matters about the qualifications. That's it. That's what it matters. Okay.
Off life. That's a form of DEI.
Oh, is it?
It's not even just diversity in race or more women in the workplace. It's a diversity in lived experiences.
I mean, that's somewhat relevant. Okay. But again, when it comes to hiring, I don't hire somebody. I don't like make a hiring decision because I'm looking for lived experiences. If I'm looking at, let's pretend I'm a hiring manager. Okay. I have two resumes. I have a white person resume and I have a resume from a black person. Okay. I have two resumes. Okay. They both have the same skills, same education, same GPA, same licenses, same, similar set of work experiences, same qualifications. Okay. I don't necessarily care about the lived experiences. I just want to make sure that I'm hiring the best person. So I interview both of them. DEI or affirmative action is literally so that both people have a chance to get interviewed, to showcase their skills. And then the hiring manager, me, can see who they are. I can judge your character. Now, once I've determined that you both have the same qualifications, and you do, now I interview the both of you, and I see who is the better fit, character-wise. The lived experience doesn't really matter. It's more so than just the character. It's more so affirmative action matters when you have two resumes, one from a white person, one from a black person, and you are giving a chance to that black person. You're not just only hiring from the white pool of candidates. You're at least talking to everybody in that pool, right? Everybody, regardless of what their racial background is. Okay. Then you talk to them, get to know them, and you see what their character is like. It's not so much the lived experiences right off the bat. It's just getting them into the interview pool, so that the hiring manager, me, I'm not only looking at the white candidates. I'm looking at everyone. Okay. Then you can make a decision based on their character and how well of a fit they are for your company. Okay. I don't like the lived experiences thing because he's ignoring the very real and like calculable purpose of affirmative action is just to get the resume and the person who's black get their foot in the door. It's so that the company has to at least look at the candidates outside of just the immediate white pool of candidates. It's about fairness. The assumption is they have the skills already, they have the qualifications, they are ready for the job. But employer, you have to look at everybody, not just the white candidates. Okay. Deal, fine. I have to do that in order to get certain funding or tax benefits or whatever. Sure, we have to do that. That's the point of affirmative action. The lived experience thing comes later, but it's just to get the resumes in the same pool so that the employer isn't only looking at the white candidates. I wish he would argue that a little more.
Black people, just get over it. Like, slavery was a long time ago. Why can't they just move on? Well, this is sort of precious coming from people who set off fireworks every July 4th, because that's some old too, right? Independence Day, that didn't happen last week. We didn't break away from...
I mean, I don't know if that's a good enough. I don't think that's a good enough argument there, but whatever. I don't think that's a good enough argument, but whatever. I don't think you... I don't know, man. This is bad. Whoever this is, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't, because the saying "get over slavery," yeah, it's a bit insensitive. But what people are trying to say is like, hey, like at some point though, like you're several generations removed. You're a black kid at a good college with good grades and good prospects. You're so far removed from the slave trade and that generational trauma. It's important to bring awareness to it, but to walk around with it like a badge of honor, like it defines who your character. No. If you're a black kid growing up in the suburbs with two working parents and college prospects and you play sports in high school or whatever, you're so far removed from the slave conversation. Like, you're a privileged kid. You're privileged. Like at some point we have to kind of get over that and like move past that. You can't keep like defaulting and using that to like explain your legitimacy and relevancy. Like you do have to show that you have skills and participate in society. Like you are not a slave or anywhere adjacent to that trauma if you're a black kid growing up in a nice suburb with two working parents and college prospects or whatever. And even if you don't have privilege, right? If there are opportunities, you're far removed from that generational trauma. You just are. Like it wouldn't be right for me to use generational trauma from Italians or Irish people. No, like I'm who I am. I have a responsibility to wake up in the morning, do my job, achieve, and excel and kick ass. I have a moral responsibility and a financial responsibility to do well in life. I don't win or get brownie points by reliving traumas I'm not associated with and I'm far removed from. That's all I'm saying here. Now, as far as celebrating 4th of July, like, I don't know how that's different. We're just like celebrating the day that America basically became America, like the day our nation was born. I don't think that's the same thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We're not reliving trauma. We're just celebrating, hey, we got our independence from the British. That's awesome. Isn't that great? Like, that's what our history talks about. I don't, this is dumb. He's dumb.
Hey, what are you running for?
I'm running. It's free country. What you asking me weird questions?
I'm just asking you, are you in danger? So watch how you talk, huh?
Whoa, watch how you talk to me.
I'm here trying to make sure you're good and you want to be an ass.
Make sure I'm good. Are you the law here? Because you don't look like no law here.
I don't need to be the law to make sure you're good. I seen you running. I'm trying to help you. Like, you look like
I can handle my own. Are you implying that I can't handle my own?
I don't know, man. Yeah.
This is weird. What is this? What is this, dude? Man, from trying to help the double homicide. What? Wait. What's
Yeah, you have a great day.
Are you still being an asshole?
What was that?
I said, are you still being an asshole? First of all, I'm not talking to you. Are you still being an asshole?
Don't talk to me like that, motherfucker.
Fucking God. Yeah, I don't want to deal with this.
What does God have to do with this?
What happened? Why? What is this, dude? Whoa! What is this? Why? Why? Wow.
Fuck, man. I just couldn't take it no more, dude. Fuck. Was he just aiming at me?
You okay, ma'am? No, I'm not. That man behind you, just, killed me and him for no reason.
Are you serious right now, bro? It's always no reason when you get dealt with, isn't it?
Dealt with? You had an attitude with us.
No.
What? Why are people taking this so seriously? This is crazy. Bro, they're having it's like real life. They're like that angry.
I didn't have attitude. You just butted in the conversation. You don't know what you were talking about.
I was with him.
No, you came way after the fact. You just wanted to be.
No.
We saw the footage. She came way after the fact. It was an A and B conversation, and she saw her way in.
I told my conservative family that I'm interviewing you, and they had some questions. So I'm going to read.
These are living relatives of historic.
Here was the most telling moment, and I will give it to Mom Donnie. It was.
All right. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. Just give me a second. I can't hold it, so I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Now, let's see where we're going.
He easily won this exchange. It was a great line. And he hit Andrew Cuomo exactly where it hurts. And it was completely fair and on point and got to the heart of why so many of us, while we would never vote for Mom Donnie, cannot picture pulling the lever for Andrew Cuomo either. Just cannot do it. Thank God I moved out of New York, because honestly, Victor, I was there for 17 years. I could not vote for Andrew Cuomo. I couldn't do it. But I can't vote for Mom Donnie. I would vote for Curtis Sliwa. If he drops out, I think I'd not vote. I just can't. Andrew Cuomo.
It's weird that she'll take this stance right here, but she'll support Trump and all these weirdos on the right. It's odd here that she'll have this type of mentality, because I get the American people trying to vote between Trump or Harris, for example. Well, would maybe vote independent or not at all, because they can't really make a decision because they don't trust either one of them, which is fair. It's fair when you are running an election and there are two people you don't trust either way. I get it. But the fact that she'll make this distinction here, but then still support a lot of Trump or MAGA rhetoric is kind of astounding to me. I don't think she'll vote for Mamdani because he's brown. And that's just my personal opinion. I don't think she'll do that. I don't think she likes him for that reason alone. I think she buys into some of that I think she buys into some of the racial stereotyping that people throw his way. But also with Cuomo, yeah, he's definitely corrupt and he's not a great guy. So the fact that she makes that distinction here but won't do that for Trump is kind of troubling to me, actually, because she'll post a lot of MAGA rhetoric and she'll support Trump and everything. It's because he's powerful and he's already in power. That's why.
Cuomo's a terrible man, and he did directly, thanks to his policies, lead to the deaths of over 12,000 New Yorkers in nursing homes. He was told, do not send COVID positive patients into nursing homes.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of stupid. I don't know why they did that. I mean, just right, like, I don't know anything about that situation, but right off the bat, like, to do that, to send COVID patients to nursing homes when the elderly are immunocompromised and at one of the greatest risk for that, kind of stupid. I don't know why he did that. He's an idiot. I mean, yeah, he's not a good leader.
That's exactly where the people are dying. And he was warned by the nurses. He overruled them. He never admitted it. Then he downplayed the number of deaths. He lied about it repeatedly. This is not a good person.
How did you step back into your life after jail?
The reason why it's important to get into the weeds and to have the very boring conversations to figure out what's actually happening is because ideally, if you're trying to make actionable citizens, if you're not just trying to sell fear or deep state or conspiracies or make money on getting people angry, you should be able to present a clear idea of like what has happened in a particular thing
that people can
try to that people can prevent in the future. So, for instance, if we think that Twitter has engaged in an action that we
Twitter files,
disagree with, then the goal would be to try to pressure Twitter to change the policy. What you're essentially telling your audience is no matter what you do, nothing you say makes a difference.
You keep using words like conspiracy theorist. Hey man, people know what's going on.
The only thing you're doing with that type of speech is removing your audience from the voter pool. So
all this, it's a conspiracy theory.
So what do you want people to do about it?
He's like, you use words like conspiracy theory.
Alex, what do people do about it? What do you want people to do about it?
I want people to be aware of
No, not be aware. What do you want people to do about it? You've made them aware. Now what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
People.
This is the problem with the reason.
Yeah, I know. That's conservatives having a mental breakdown. Seeing one of their role models get owned by a guy with blue hair. Like, yeah, Alex doesn't have any plan, right? He doesn't have goals in mind. He just wants to be mad. He wants to talk about conspiracy theories and be outraged. But when he asks them, okay, your followers are already aware. They already know something's going on. What do you want to be what do you want it to be done about it? Like, what do you want to actually do about it? He doesn't have ideas. He just wants outrage. He just wants conspiracy. He just wants to be mad and bitch. Like this comment. He has no idea what to do. He just wants to be mad and complain. That's what Alex does. That's what Owen Schroyer does. They don't have any plans. They don't have any ideas. They just want to get mad and yell into a microphone. Because somehow they have found a way to monetize yelling and screaming into a microphone. It is an entire movement. It's a business. Yeah, they don't actually have any plans. He just says things and gets people to listen and get mad about it. That's all.
I'm about to show you a set of coincidences.
We're not going to vote for anybody who takes APAC money.
I will not vote for a candidate that takes.
He started down the path of
how do we appeal to younger people?
You are not Charlie Kirk. None of you are Charlie Kirk. The fact that you're all going on social media and saying, I am Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie. It's like in that TV show, The Flash, the CW show. When the girl's like, we are Team Flash. We are the Flash. Bitch, you're not the Flash. I'm the Flash, right? You're not Charlie Kirk. You're a fan. You're a supporter, but you're not Charlie Kirk. But he's a martyr now, so they all call themselves Charlie because they all think they're under attack.
How do we appeal to younger people who may be on the fence?
He started.
They think they're under attack because Charlie Kirk was murdered. But Melissa Hortman was murdered by an anti-abortion advocate, but the left can't say that we're under attack. We're not allowed to say that. When most of the right-wing extremist violence, when most of the political violence in this country, and I showed you guys the numbers in a previous video, when most of the political violence in this country comes from the far right extremism, we can't say we're under attack, but you guys can say you are. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
How do we appeal to younger people who may be?
There's nothing worse than when a great TV show ends on a terrible episode, so here are the lowest rated series finales of all time. Getting the obvious out of the way, Game of Thrones, obviously its final episode has a 4 out of 10 average rating on IMDb, which is just crazy work. I've only seen like a season and a half of House of Cards. I need to know what.
Well, I thought House of Cards was a little better than this, but look at most of the ratings. Wow, this is I mean, not season 6 was bad because they killed off because what's his face Kevin Spacey was outed to be like a predator or whatever, and then they fired him and killed him off in the show. But I thought the show was a little bit better than just 7.6s or 5s, you know, or 6.
What on earth happened in this final season that they're all a 5 or below average rating, ending with a 4.8? Not as dramatic as the other ones, but the final episode of Peacemaker is the lowest rated of the entire.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Entire series with a 6.8 out of 10 average rating, and honestly, I can't even hate on this. It was a very disappointing episode. It will always be funny to me that Dexter ended with an episode that has a 4.9 rating out of 10. Then they come back with Dexter New Blood. They're like, oh, we're gonna make up for
New Blood was great until again that ending. They botched the ending twice.
our mistakes. Every single episode is so greatly rated, and then again you get to the finale, 4.8 out of 10. How I Met Your Mother is like the textbook definition of how to ruin the entire show and all the seasons that came before it, with its season finale again being one of the worst rated episodes of the entire series. Scrubs is another series where the entire final season completely fell apart ratings wise compared.
You can argue that the other that some of the other shows here, like what is that? House of Cards, Game of Thrones, You can argue the House of Cards' last season was also really bad too. I mean, because Scrubs is at least some of these were like 6s, but like still, yeah, it's a pretty bad season.
To everything that came before it. I don't understand the hate that the series finale of You ended up getting. Like, it's not a perfect episode, but I feel like it's the only way the show could have ended. A 5.3 is crazy. There's nothing worse than.
I think he's just a fan of You. I think You is a show that he really enjoys that he couldn't give in a what do you call it, like a fair assessment. Also, why include Breaking Bad but not talk about it? Huh. Look
at this, guys.
Do I care enough? Breaking Bad episode ratings. Breaking Bad episode rating. I want to know. I want to know what the I want to know if we can get to the. Oh my God! Yeah, no, it had a great. Oh my God! To not even. Why would you even include Breaking Bad as
There's nothing.
Or as like the background here, and not even talk about like that. It was a great season. Oh my God! Like that last season was strong, and the finale stuck the landing. Wow, yeah.
Look at this, guys.
Howdy, sir.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Another one of this guy's videos.
Do you happen to have any ID on you?
Yeah, why is that?
Just asking. It's illegal in county to not have ID.
Do they really? Can you even do that in the game? Can you actually show?
It's illegal to not have ID in county.
Mm-hmm. Just checking people out.
Yeah, I might have one. Have a good one. What the hell are you following me for?
You never produced your ID, sir.
I'm not required to.
Yes, you are. Law.
Wait, how do you do that though? I'm confused. Like, how do you actually do the ID thing?
I'll ask you.
Yeah, he needs to have a crime or something before he can ask me anything.
Well, we got a crime in the area.
That had nothing to do with me.
Okay, but I'm still asking you for your ID.
And I'm refusing. What the hell are you doing?
I'm asking you for an ID and you're refusing to give it to me.
I don't have an ID for you.
You don't?
Nope.
Hey.
What?
So, at your next convenience, can you please get an ID, register it? I'm not gonna get you on anything right now.
Because you can't. So stop bothering me. Leave me alone.
Hey, if I see you with an ID, next time I run into you, don't have an ID, you're gonna go to jail.
Is there a reason?
Yep, for not having an ID.
Or is it because you're an asshole?
No, it's because you don't have an ID.
No, it's because you're an asshole.
Tomato, potato.
Leave me alone. Go back to what you were doing, pigs.
Tomato, potato? Like it's tomato.
Hey, bud, you ever touch me again, it'll be the last thing you ever touch.
Want to say that again, partner? No, go ahead and say it again.
Did you hear me?
Go ahead and say it again.
I don't repeat myself.
Get over here then.
Let's just let him go. And if he comes at you again, you have all rights within, your power to defend yourself.
Now the thing is, I'm gonna do it in front of these lawmen, all right? Thing is, you come up to me again, I'm gonna shoot you in your fucking skull and bury you 6 feet on the ground.
What the? This is a game. He's like, I'm gonna shoot you. Like, what the hell? This is insane. This is too much.
Literally scared nobody.
Go ahead and untie him. He's all yours.
I suggest you just.
I didn't know that there was Red Dead online role playing. I mean, that's cool.
Just for the time being, just get out of St. Denis. Maybe go somewhere else for a little bit.
Thanks for the suggestion. It's always already him, bro. It's always already him.
Oh, he got banned. Holy shit! This is funny, man. I kind of want to play this, honestly.
When you look at October 7th, what are things that Donald Trump did to signal how October 7th would have gone? Well, when Iran attacked Saudi Arabia, he did nothing. He showed strong support for Israel by moving the embassy to Jerusalem, and we signed the Abraham Accords, where we mediated them, which were bilateral negotiations between Israel and other Arab countries that didn't involve the Palestinians whatsoever. These are the types of things that lead to that type of violence.
This is actually disgusting. This is dishonorable.
It's a lot of adjectives. Where are the facts?
No, stop it for a moment, okay? Just stop it, because you've just blamed President Trump for October the 7th.
I did not blame Trump for October 7th. Stop it. When you look at October 7th, what are things that Donald Trump did to signal how October 7th would have gone? Well, when Iran attacked Saudi Arabia, he did nothing. He showed strong support for Israel by moving the embassy to Jerusalem, and we signed the Abraham Accords, where we mediated them, which were bilateral negotiations between Israel and other Arab countries that didn't involve the Palestinians whatsoever. These are the types of things that lead.
He's saying that there were certain things that Trump or Trump's administration did to potentially give signal to, we don't care about the Palestinian people. We don't care about their plight. We only care about other interests or Israel interests in the Arab world. Yeah, we kind of signal that America certainly won't step in and help out, that we don't really care. And the rest of the world, I mean, I can see what he's saying. I wouldn't say it's Trump's fault, but Trump's support for Israel or certain actions in the Middle East to not even do anything to help the Palestinian people could be construed as, well, it kind of gave signal, it gave way to maybe potentially having some kind of backlash. I can see what he's saying. I can see it. I think it's worth exploring.
Lead to that type of violence.
This is.
They said, no, we haven't been on a proper vacation.
When you look.
Where is this from? Is this recent? It looks like it's recent. Huh.
They said, no, we haven't been on a proper vacation when you haven't been working. So we said, okay.
When was the last good president that we actually had?
I mean, you're going to laugh, but I think Biden did a really good job as president. And
you know I was going to laugh, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can laugh, but we can.
Sleeping, man, Sleepy Joe.
Oh my God, dude.
You say Sleepy Joe, but we can walk down every single issue, and he outperformed Trump like it's not even close. But I mean, if you're trying to evaluate, well, I mean, but if we're trying to evaluate who the funnier president is, then I mean, like it's going to be Trump. But like, are we voting for a clown or are we voting for a president? Right?
To be fair, the Biden blast memes were hilarious. Biden did have some meme potential, especially when like he, people think that Biden was the last vote for Donald Trump. But you see like one of those anime compilations with like battle IQ.
I feel bad for Destiny. You know what I should do? I should just completely defect and be a far right wing extremist, like media figure, and then then Destiny can have an actual opponent on the right to debate. Because right now, all of Destiny's opponents care more about memeing than they do actually about policy. They don't know anything about what Trump stands for. They don't know any reason why Biden may have been a successful president before he stepped down. They have no concept of what is actually happening regarding current events. So the only thing they can actually articulate are memes. I feel bad. He doesn't have anyone on the right that he can adequately have a conversation with. He doesn't. It's mostly just memers, people who care about Trump or Biden memes versus actual policy. Tectone doesn't know anything that he's talking about. He should never talk about politics at all. All they want is somebody like this comment here. These guys don't care about politics. They want somebody in office that makes them laugh and feel good about themselves. That's all this is. I feel bad. Destiny, most of his days are spent talking to idiots like this. Tectone has no concept of what's happening in the world right now. He just cares about memes. Like, I mean, do you care who's funnier or who's better president? Can you talk about Joe's meme potential? I think he understands. Yeah. I don't think Destiny understands the vast majority of people are just more chimp than human beings. It's better to get people like Asmund or Tectone and focus on the youth and people who have two sides of their brains connected. These people are literally drag you down to their level. Yeah. Should stream be IQ gated? Maybe democracy was a mistake. Oh man, I just feel bad for Destiny because he doesn't really have anyone that he can talk to on the right. Like he could talk to Ben Shapiro maybe, but that's it. Like there's no one. But like Ben Shapiro isn't a streamer. He's a journalist kind of. He's a media figure. He has his own media company. Like he's not. There isn't right now a streamer on the right that can adequately do what Destiny does. So I kind of feel bad when all Destiny can really interact with are people who care more about memes and tweets and dunking versus actual policy positions. Yikes, dude. This guy has an American flag in his background, but he doesn't know anything about our fucking government.
Biden versus Trump.
Yikes.
Speed, Trump. Power, Biden. IQ, Trump. It'd be fucking, that'd be good, man. I think the political anime power scaling community could really like cross over. When was the last good president that we had?
They're living in idiocracy right now. I think Destiny might be one of the last few intellectuals in this space right now, but wow. The majority are Hassan people and people like Tectone who care more about memes. There are no intellectuals in the streaming space anymore. It's just propagandists for the right or people who are far left who hate America, who hate capitalism, who cosplay as socialists. There are no true intellectuals on the left anymore. And I would argue there are no true intellectuals in streaming anymore. It's all just gamers. It's Hassan supporters. It's socialists who are cosplay socialists who are truly capitalists. It's far right weirdos who perpetuate Trump support and MAGA cultism. There's no intellectualism anymore. I mean, Destiny might be one of the few intellectuals in the space currently. I mean, if this is who he's up against, Tectone.
They said, no, we haven't been on a proper vacation when you haven't been working. So
when was the last?
He does about policy positions. I mean, come on. Like, oh my god, dude. It's just crazy to me. What do we have in streaming now? Hassan Piker, Denims, people on the left who support Palestine, who cosplay as socialists, who truly hate everything about Western values, despite being in a Western culture. And then you have people on the right who are like Tectone, who only care about memes and buzzwords and tweets and dunking. Man, I feel bad. That's all I'll say. I feel bad for Destiny because he's literally alone in this arena, being the only person who's trying to have a real conversation.
Would you be willing to trade?
Can you explain how you?
I think we're good here. Yeah. This is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I am Scott. This is Cypher Division. We talk about facts. We talk about the truth, even though it might be uncomfortable sometimes. And today was just fun looking at some YouTube shorts. Some were serious, some were ridiculous and fun, like the Red Dead Redemption stuff. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much. Please support the channel. We're trying to do big things here. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys later.